be able to see exactly what areas the child is struggling with. Hello everyone. Today it is all about being able to give our students a free assessment. I know some of us don't get free assessments, some of us do give free assessments, but today I'm going to be talking specifically about 3 tools that you can use to give your elementary students an assessment for reading and math to find out exactly what areas they are struggling in. So we're going to start with the math first. The very first one that I give my students when it comes to the assessments is called the Atom assessment. It's by Let's Go Learn. And what I love about the assessment is that I have the ability to find out from my students exactly which areas in math they're struggling with. And some people don't like the assessment because it can be a little bit lengthy, but the way that I work it is I do the first hour completely free. I gather the information that I have. I have the child do the assessment with me because I don't want there to be confusion on the parent helping the child, getting right answers, and I need to be able to see exactly what areas the child is struggling with. So if you guys like these kinds of videos where I share these kinds of tips, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and also if you have any ideas for other videos that you would like me to be able to make, then list that below. All right, so let's take a look. What does it specifically look like, the document that I get after I give the assessment? So with this Let's Go Learn assessment, I'm able to get numbers and operations. You can see that right here. And I'm going to actually go to my highlighter here. And you can see that the areas in red, these are the areas that she needs to continue to work with. Okay, so those were the areas she needs to work with. We can see subtraction of whole numbers, fractions, as we continue going on down. But the reading test, lots of you guys know I absolutely love the QRI-7. I had used this resource and tool before I started my tutoring. And so I already knew how to use this resource. I already knew how to use the tool. I knew how to, extrapolate the data from it to be able to know what I need to teach my specific student. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to share my screen again with you so that you guys can see what that looks like. But right on over here in chapter 10 of this online version of this test, I have the student word lists. Oh, I'm so glad that, Elizabeth, you asked if I used another assessment for my beginning readers, because yes, I do. In fact, the assessment that I use, I designed. It is called the Dyslexia Screening Assessment. Now, I use this with my beginning readers because all beginning readers kind of look dyslexic. So they're going to struggle with some of these beginning skills. So I'll use that dyslexia screener even if I don't think that they have dyslexia. So let's take a look and see what parts do I give for these beginning readers. So I am going to be taking a look at rhyme identification. I take a look at, can they produce rhymes? Blend sounds. Do they segment sound? On top of that, then there's like a feedback form that you can give to the parent if they decide that they do want to go and get tested for dyslexia, because this is just a screener. The skills that are listed on here are skills that kids that have dyslexia will struggle with the most. So the only time that I ever give this assessment is a parent says to me, I think my child might have dyslexia. So I'll say, would you like me to give a dyslexia screener? And they'll say, sure, great. I'll check to see if I'm noticing that could be a problem for them. Now, I don't have all of the other data to diagnose them. Okay, it's more than just the screener, right? We know that early detection is key when it comes to diagnosing a child with dyslexia. The quicker we can get them diagnosed, the better. For me, I want to know what skills I need to specifically teach, right? And so whether the child has dyslexia or not, I want to make sure that I know what skills I need to teach so that we can close those gaps as soon as possible. I'm so glad that you guys are here and you got to hear about those 3 tools that I love using. They are the ADAM assessment by Let's Go Learn, QRI 7. If you don't have a version of the QRI, I would definitely suggest the 7. However, if you already have a version, there's no need to update it unless you feel the passages are completely outdated, which most of them aren't. There's just a couple that are outdated. And the dyslexia screening assessment.